Hello, everyone. It's been a hot second. This is the Holistic Mystic Show. My name is Boston Summer, and I am here to help lightworkers prosper through soul healing and career training so that they can become a vibrational match to the life, the career, the clients, the relationships, the abundance, and the purpose that they want to seek. So that they seek and that they want to call in. This week on the Holistic Mystic Show, we are diving into the healer's dilemma. There's a lot of energy around am I okay? Am I not okay? The healer dilemma is holding space for clients and then themselves. So if you are watching, say hello in the comments. If you're here live, if you're watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay. As healers, intuitives, and service-based leaders, we are always moving through something in our personal lives. The real question is, do I need to wait to be able to show up, or am I okay enough to hold space for my clients today? And this brings us around a core piece around integrity and what it means to be honest with yourself, where you're at, and then utilizing your tools, living in communion with the work that we say we can offer clients, and then utilizing that and walking ourselves down that path, right? Walking the walk, not just walking the talk. So it's it's this dilemma around honoring your needs and then slipping into, or there's a real difference between honoring your needs and then slipping into wallowing. So today, I would love to see who is here live. Hello, everyone. You don't need to be perfectly healed to hold space. Let me say that again. You do not need to be perfectly healed to hold space. But you do need to be honest about yourself and your capacity to show up for yourself, show up for your clients. There's a real difference, like I said, between honoring your emotions and wallowing in them. One moves the energies, honoring your emotions, processing them in real time so that they can move in and through the body. The other keeps you stuck and keeps those energies stuck in your field. So let me know where you guys are at today. Where do you feel like the edge around this aspect of holding space for others and holding space for yourself is at? I know for me personally, the other day I sat down to write a marketing post and start writing some of the show notes for this episode. But personally, I had a lot going on. And as I was sitting there contemplating, like, oh man, I need to do this, it hit me. Like, here I was about to write about integrity, yet I didn't feel like I was in the space to be able to hold space. So I canceled my plans. I let myself cry. I honored what I was really feeling, because I didn't want to weave those energies into my work or in my marketing or in my any of my business vortex, right? I always want to show up from a heart-centered and grounded place. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm perfect, right? It doesn't mean that we show up when we can't, or we don't show up and we just sit there and days, weeks, months go by and we don't actually make any progress on what we want to do in our soul mission. But I gave myself the rest of the day because I was not in a space where I could, in integrity, show up and be that person that I want to be. But I didn't stay there. I let myself have that day. And then here I am, the next day. And then this is actually the day after that, after I prepared this, I prepared and I'm in a more clearer headspace, a more clearer heart space, because I let those energies move in through me. The dilemma, though, like sometimes we really do need to step back and we need to know what that difference is, what that means for you. Where is your integrity? Because it's going to be different for all of us. But we also need to know when it's time to pick ourselves back up and show up to the mission, show up to the divine purpose, show up with our heart and utilizing those tools. We can't serve others with an open, bleeding heart, but we also can't keep waiting until everything is perfect, because life is always going to bring us something. There's always going to be, something happening, or kind of some kind of situation that's maybe not ideal. Maybe you're just not happy that day, right? And so that's the discernment that we have to learn as healers. Is what does integrity mean for you? Some of the questions you can ask yourself. What does being okay enough look like for me right now? What tools do I have to help me move through heavy emotions without wallowing in them? How can I know when it's time to rest versus when it's time to show up? And what does integrity mean for me in those moments that you may feel a little off? We can utilize our tools and our practices. I know it's easy to forget about those in the moment. I know it's easy to think that we don't know enough to be able to show up, and showing up in a vulnerable space is bad or wrong. We've been taught that as a society, but that's not always the case. We can show up raw and real and vulnerable, but we have to know the difference between when is too raw, when are we going to impact the outcome or the results for being able to hold space for someone else. And when do we need to show up, brush our hair, brush our teeth, brush our energy field, or give ourselves a little energy hygiene, and suit up and show up, because you are needed. You matter in this world. The impact that you are here to create for your clients, for those around you that you're closest to, it's a domino effect. You may not even realize the impact that you are having. And so we utilize our tools to move through those heavy emotions when they show up, so that we can be in an empowered space, even if you're still in the process. I show up a lot sometimes, or I show up a lot when I have feelings of insecurity. I have feelings of irritability. I have feelings of unworthiness. But when I come to my business and I come to my clients, I utilize my energy hygiene tools. I cleanse myself with smoke medicine. I reach and connect to my heart. maybe that looks like one day different than it does another day showing up to your business. Some days, maybe that is only showing up to your client sessions, your client calls. And other days it is, how can I take a walk, take a breather, get back into my flow state so that I can write emails and I can plan and write out programs. I can update my website. Like I said, sometimes integrity means taking the day off, and other times integrity means showing up anyways, but you're grounded in that truth because you know how to get yourself to that center. And if you don't, that's something worth looking at. Remembering how to be in that space, get into your center. And if you need help with that, if you are ready to strengthen your integrity as a healer and learn how to keep showing up without burning out or showing up without forgetting parts of yourself, putting yourself on the back burner, I'd love to support you in a soul strategy call. This is a one-on-one space where we blend inner healing with sacred business strategies so you can really stay true to yourself while serving your clients powerfully. If you are interested in that, give me a heart emoji in the comments. If you'd like that soul strategy link, soul strategy call link, I can get that to you. We can set up a time to talk and discern what this means for you. How can we implement or learn practices that are impactful? How can we discern what activities in the business need to be prioritized so that you can fulfill your purpose, fulfill that soul mission that's on your heart, and lead with strength and integrity. Lead from a heart-centered place. You best believe I don't respond to messages unless I'm in that heart-centered place. So sometimes that means I'm not responding to my messages or emails, but once a week or twice a week, or sometimes I respond many days in a row. It just depends on where my energy is at, and I know when I'm good. I know when it's best to not have my energy affecting others, and I know which tasks that I can implement and take action on, whether that be my business or my personal life, because I have that self-awareness and I have that layer of understanding of myself and for myself, and I received some beautiful tools to help me to navigate that heaviness, navigate those energies. So I trust that this serves you. Let me know in the comments your key takeaways. Until next time, once again, my name is Boston Summer. This is the Holistic Mystic Show. Go out there, share your light with the world, and namaste.